Hi, some time ago I showed you how to split letters using the Regal font and Inkscape. The video is on my YouTube channel in the Inkscape playlist. Now this font can be a little bit temperamental sometimes if you don't know what you're doing. So in today's video I'm going to show you an alternative method which should make the process a lot easier. Now I've had the Regal font for years and I really don't know where I got it from, and this is the Regal font here. But if you've not got it or you can't find it and you don't want to purchase it, there's an alternative font available on dafont.com, which is this one here, and this is called Beauty Initials. And in today's video I'm going to show you this alternative method using both the fonts. So the first thing I'm going to do is come down here and hit the text icon, and I'm going to left click once on the page and I'm going to type a capital letter A. Then I'm going to come up here to the fonts and I'm going to highlight the font that's already selected and I'm going to change it to Regal. Then I'm going to left click on the selection icon which selects the letter, holding the Control key down on my keyboard. Going to drag this out bigger until it's about 5 inches high. You can see the size here. Now this process is fairly easy, but you have to follow the process exactly. So with this letter selected, the first thing you have to do is go to Path, Object to Path. Then, without doing anything else, select Object, go Ungroup, then go back to Path and go Union. Now come over here and select the square icon and drag out a rectangle that is wider than your letter and as deep as you want it to be. Now I'm going to use the selection icon to select this blue rectangle and I'm going to make the height 1 inch. I'm going to make sure the lock is locked so it does this in proportion. I'm going to left click anywhere on the page to deselect and drag an imaginary box around both items. I'm going to come to the align icon, making sure I've got selection area chosen. I'm going to hit align horizontal and align vertical. Then I'm going to left click on the page to deselect. Then I'm going to select the rectangle. I'm not going to move it. I'm going to come to Path, Object to Path. While it's still selected, I'm going to right click and create a duplicate and drag the duplicate out of the way. Now I'm going to drag an imaginary box around these two items and go Path, Union. Now I'm going to select this rectangle and make it narrower. You're just going to use this as a split to split this apart. So make it quite narrow, and I prefer to make it so it's longer. Drag it over the top, select everything. If it's not on top, just select it and use this raise to top icon here. Drag an imaginary box around everything with your alignment box still open, and on selection area, select center on vertical and horizontal, and then go Path, Difference. And that splits the letter apart, but it's still one item. So you've got to break it up. So with it selected, you come Path, Break Apart. Now when I do this, you may see some of the definition disappear, but don't worry because I'm going to show you how to put that back in. So Path, Break Apart. Now you can see you lost the middle of this upper section here. Left click somewhere on the page to deselect and just drag an imaginary box around the top half of the letter to select all that part. Go Path, Combine, and then your definition reappears. Now left click anywhere on the page to deselect, drag an imaginary box around the bottom half and do Path, Combine, and that is your split letter Regal font. I'm just going to group them, so selecting them all, right click and group. I'm just going to put this on the side now, and I'm going to show you how to do it with the other font. So again, I'm going to come to the letter A, left click on the page, type a capital letter A, come up here, highlight the default font and change it now to Beauty Initials. And I'm just going to start typing and it should appear. And there it is. I'm going to left click on the selection icon, hold the Control key down on my keyboard, drag it out until it's about 5 inches. Obviously, you can make this any size to suit your project. With it selected, the first thing that you've got to do is go to Path, Object to Path, then Object, Ungroup, and then Path, Union. Then again, you're going to select the square, drag out a rectangle, make it about 1 inch high, drag an imaginary box around both and go centre, centre. Now I want this a little bit bigger. With this rectangle selected, I'm going to go to Path, Object to Path, and then while it's selected, right click and hit Duplicate. Drag the duplicate out of the way. Now select both of these and go Path, Union. Then again, I'm going to drag this one out so it's bigger. You don't have to do that, it's just the way I prefer to do it. And shrink this down. Place it on top. I prefer to centre everything, but you don't have to. You can do it by eye. And then go Path, Difference. And again, this is one group, so you need to go to Path, Break Apart. You'll see you lose your definition. Left click, select the top half of the letter and go Path, Combine. That brings your definition back and gives you this top half as a group. Select the bottom half, Path, Combine, and that's brought your definition in from there. And that's how to split a letter using a different font. And then again, you can select it all and group it. And from here, you can resize them. You can do whatever you want. These fonts can be quite detailed. I wouldn't take them down too small, but you can certainly make them bigger. But this process should work with any font that you want to split. So I hope you found that helpful. Please give the video a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't already do so, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.